How can you lower your cortisol levels for good? In this video, I'm going to tell you. My name is Dr. Story. I've been a doctor of chiropractic for over 27 years, and I'm going to give you realistic advice based on my experience and based on the scientific literature. This is really easy. This is stuff that you can do. I'm not going to give you a bunch of hocus pocus and things that just seem unrealistic, like you have to change your entire life. I'm going to give you a 3-step process. The first one is slow, controlled, deep breathing. If you were to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth in a very slow, controlled manner, and we're talking about 8 to 10 breaths per minute. If you do it for 3 minutes, you've got a 5-minute process of deep breathing. You do it once or twice a day, and you will be shocked at how much it changes your life, because you will start to deal with stress differently. Your cortisol levels will go down. It's a very simple technique. So if you just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, you're going to be stimulating your parasympathetic nervous system as well as lowering cortisol levels. Number 2 would be to take a magnesium supplement, specifically magnesium taurate. This is a magnesium that actually has been shown to increase the neurotransmitter called GABA, and this helps us with our parasympathetic nervous system and lowering our cortisol levels. Now, there are other magnesiums that do different things, but for the most part, all the magnesiums, there's a lot of overlap. So if you don't want to get this particular magnesium, there's other magnesiums that you can take that could be beneficial for your body and lowering cortisol. Now, you always have to make sure that if you're on 20 different medications, you always want to talk to your doctor about whether you should add something to it. But magnesium is one of those safe supplements, because magnesium is really found in leafy green vegetables. And if someone says to you, oh, you got to be careful taking magnesium, it's kind of equivalent to saying you got to be careful eating green vegetables. It's a very safe supplement, relatively speaking, because most people are deficient in magnesium. But I'll put a link down below of the magnesium supplement that I like. You can take whatever magnesium supplement that you like, but that's the information in regard to lowering your cortisol. The third and final thing that you can do, and this is so easy and it usually is free unless you have to buy equipment like a bicycle, but any non-intense exercise program. And what I mean by non-intense is not high-intensity interval training. When you do high-intensity interval training, what happens is that your body's going into a fight or flight syndrome, and so it stimulates your sympathetic nervous system, which will constrict blood vessels, which doesn't help our blood pressure or our cortisol levels, and you actually need cortisol in order to do this high-intensity interval training. So when you do that, it's high-intensity interval training, quite frankly, is reserved for people that are in great shape, to take them to the next level. But if you want to do exercise that helps your cortisol levels, very often just simply walking, jogging, an exercise rower, a bicycle, these are things that you can do in a very relaxed fashion. So all you have to do is get your heart rate up a little bit and maintain it for a period of time. Very often, this type of exercise is something that you can do and actually smile at the same time. So when you're going for a walk, if you're walking in nature or you're going for a little walk around the block, the question is, could you smile while you're doing it? And the answer is, if the answer is yes, then you're probably doing something that's not very intense. But by doing non-intense exercise, you're actually stimulating your body to lower its cortisol, and there's a side benefit of which your body will produce more nitric oxide, which will dilate and relax the blood vessels, thus lowering your blood pressure. So if you thought this was interesting, just give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you think down below in the comments.